That was probably my best joke in my life.
Are we going to leave that in? Are we going to leave it in?
That has to stay.
Okay.
It's up to you guys.
We need to preface this entire podcast with a giant exclamation point and parental advisory. Please, dear Lord, keep your kids away from this podcast. We are doing a
Hang on.
no holds barred.
Is that joke coming before the disclaimer?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll cut it and move it to the front.
Yes. We are doing a no holds barred Ask Men podcast where we'll take your questions, we'll answer them. We might be a little raunchy, but we're trying not to be too crude. So we'll try and keep it in that like slight
we're
R realm.
We're gonna keep it on the road, and if it so happens that these obstacles need to be answered, we're gonna answer them. But we're not gonna get off the road finding the crude.
I'm
Yes.
off the road.
Yes.
You were never on it.
So on that note, here's the podcast. You're welcome. What's in your spank bank? I'm curious.
My wife?
It's
What?
all up in my spank bank.
Well, I heard you. I'll keep that for my spank bank.
Oh, just something that happened in
Well,
the intimacies.
now
with
you've
my
piqued
wife.
my interest, sir. Now my mind's running rampant, so I need clarity.
Consider it.
My
Pete.
wife and I were kind of looking at each other, and then she gave me this mischievous look, and she says, "Really give it to me."
And then you kicked her in the pussy.
Wow.
Legendary!
Legendary! You deserve it. Standing applause.
Is that my introduction to start it now?
My wife's gonna kill me. Are we gonna?
You know she's gonna listen to it first too.
Yeah, oh yeah. And she's be like, "Not for the next 3 months."
Nah, she better not.
Then I'll be squishing it down the drain with my big toe. Oh my gosh!
Welcome!
I am lost.
Listeners beware.
My
Wow.
my mind is like, what?
Oh, bye.
Okay.
Things just happened.
Tell them what we're doing today,
So-
Zach.
Yeah,
We are here tonight. First, I would like to introduce everybody. I got Tony,
Hello.
Austin,
Hello.
Chris,
Hello.
and Cam.
Hi.
We are your crowd for the night, or every night. Well, no, every Tuesday morning.
And whenever you're listening,
Whenever
to
you're
us,
listening,
we're your crowd.
we are your crowd. And today, well, this is why we have the disclaimer, because it's Ask Men Day.
That's right.
I don't know if you can call us men.
Yeah,
But-
his K's are not very strong. Ass man.
Ask Men Day.
You still just yelled it without the K.
I did that on purpose.
Oh.
Ask men. We're asking. Ask men.
This
Razzmatazz.
podcast
Please don't hate us.
This podcast is going to be off in the weeds quick.
Yes.
But stay around. I think we're going to make you laugh real hard. Just make sure you're wearing headphones, please. Please.
Yeah.
No kids.
That's a good idea.
Okay. All right.
Yes, we want to be as truthful as we can
Yeah.
with this. You know, it's and take it lightly, because we might give you an answer and it probably is going to be the wrong answer. But
It's probably not going to be one you're going to want to hear.
exactly.
On that note, guys, this episode will probably be demonetized. So if you'd like to help us in keeping this show running, like to keep us with our own thoughts, topics that we want to cover,
Now
things
who
we
can't
want to
talk?
talk about.
Hot topics.
I'm sorry. Shut your mouth. Check out that join button below this episode, as well as support. We truly appreciate it. You guys supporting us keeps us true to who we want to be. So thanks so much. But let's open the gallery. Any questions?
I had one. What do you like to hear from a woman?
Oh, geez. Right into the
Wow,
fire.
we're just gonna go right into
No?
it.
Should I stop?
Go for it.
Well,
No,
already
you already started.
Okay, that kind of goes along with this question.
What do you like to hear from a woman during sex?
I know what I don't want to
Too
hear.
late. You already started.
I don't like to get tapped on the shoulder and be like, "It's okay, you're fine."
We were talking about
I was gonna say I can tell you what I don't like to hear.
That's on that list. I don't care about your headache.
No,
Just kidding.
now my palms are all sweaty asking this question.
That's
I don't
a
even want to
joke.
answer it.
Arms are heavy. I do that every time because you say your palms are sweaty like at least once every episode.
I know.
5 minutes of uninterrupted eye contact,
That's what you don't want
but
to
the
hear.
4.5 are not needed.
bro, the eye contact.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
That's
That's actually so passionate
incredible.
Yeah, there's a connection there.
That's incredible.
in every aspects of the moment.
Yes.
Yes.
Which moment?
You're the one who took us there. You get to talk.
I did it. You started out with the joke.
What moment do you mean?
That was a perfect joke.
That was a perfect
It
joke.
was perfect.
I gave you a standing ovation. So
Yeah.
that was fantastic. Okay.
I can't go into this.
What
one.
was the
That's what
question again?
legends are
No,
made from.
I think we should do a different
What's
question.
the question again?
Come on.
What do you like to hear from a woman during sex?
Let's give credit to the person asking the question so they get thrown under the bus too.
Yes. So I'm getting this off of Reddit, subreddit Ask Men, and it is u/hot summer.
Oh,
Who said
So
this?
user Hot Summer. Hot
Okay.
Summer, you asking the
Hot
good
Summer.
question.
not surprising.
Okay. Crickets. Okay, but this is a weird space.
There you
'cause
go.
we've
That's
never
the
done-
answer. That's
No,
what we
no,
want.
no. I mean, there's the typical. You like the moaning,
How about
Yeah,
the
agreed.
groaning.
how about hurry? The kids are in the other room.
Lock the door.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, coming from a father already, so
How about that?
Father of
3.5,
Soon to be
almost
4.
4.
Do your wives do the whole "I shaved"?
Mine does it in
She's just always. I'm not going to talk about this.
She always is what he was gonna say.
Essentially,
Same.
I mean, good thing she doesn't
Well,
listen to
mine
the podcast.
Does she not?
Well, mine does
Neither
too.
does Jess.
But there's a difference between scruffle and scorching the earth.
You done scorched the earth. Oh, okay.
That's been
All
our
right.
podcast for the night.
Okay.
We'll
what
just put a pin in it. I like what Austin said. I just like I like the dirty talk. You know what? Let
Yeah.
your brain decide what that is.
There we
That's
go.
all I'm saying.
There we go.
like, there you go. We love the dirty talk.
I like it.
dirty
Hey,
talk. in a-
exaggeration's always great too.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Okay,
better.
so kind of just to,
Lie to me. I'm all right with it.
could you guys ever role play? Like full on, like play characters and role
No.
play?
No.
Are you asking the man at this point?
He's asking me.
I'm asking now. Yeah,
I'll
I'm
be
curious.
honest. I think it would be kind of fun, but I think I would laugh. I think I
See,
would,
I see
which would
Cam.
counteract some things.
I see Cam jumping into bed in like a Batman suit, like a Nacho Libre-esque Batman suit.
No, Shaylee just wakes up to him like crouched on the edge of the bed in a Batman suit.
No, I'd be,
and he's
I'd
like,
be,
"What are you doing?"
I'd be on the dresser.
Where the light from the window just barely kind of grazes your silhouette. She's
She's
like,
like
"What
terrified. Ah, what is it?
You're like, look, I'm supposed to be Batman, but I'm kind of dressed like a pigeon.
Batman Snuggie. That'll work.
No, I was gonna say I'm the same. It's one of those things I've always wanted to try, but I could only do it if both of us were in it.
Yeah.
like
But
if
see,
The
I
minute
don't-
one of you cracked,
yeah,
I don't
the,
know.
The
Game
minute
over.
someone breaks
Oh, yeah.
character, it's all over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I could hold that character.
Or if it's too over dramatized, like I have been a bad boy. Like I would laugh. I would
Seems
laugh.
like the wrong role.
Hey, I've watched
You
some
guys switch
internet
places?
videos. All right, that's not me. That was me portraying my wife.
But you
She's a
said
bad boy.
yeah, you said bad boy.
you said I have been a bad boy.
Oh boy.
I think.
I mean, I wouldn't be
bad
disappointed
girl.
with a little Princess Leia gold bikini action.
I mean, okay. Here's the thing.
That wouldn't
We
be
bet-
bad.
Like you'd like to wear it?
I mean, things could get weird.
So we've been watching Modern Family, and
show.
they every Valentine's Day
Yes.
they will role play as like
Is his name
characters.
Clive?
Clive something.
I forgot his name.
And his
So
wife.
good.
Anyway, they always meet up at a hotel bar. They always act as their characters and, try and spark some romance. It's always comedic, but you'd have to sell it like that. Like it would have to be.
Well, that situation, you'd have the pressure of actual strangers around you and not want to crack. Like, you'd be like, I don't want them to know.
Yeah.
Just walking in the room.
Clive Bixby.
That's kind of
Is it
like
Clive Bixby?
Yes,
Yes.
that's the one.
it's like in is it Four Christmases with
Yes.
Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon? They meet at a bar separately.
Yeah, at the very
Act
beginning.
act like they're just meeting for the first time, one night stand type thing, and the whole thing's leading in they're actually married, but their game is to meet up separately and act like they're just meeting each other. I think that I could pull that off. I feel like I don't know.
I think that'd be fun. It would be hard though to like have that mindset of like I don't know you.
Right? And try not to, like, laugh or slip up or...
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really hard.
All right.
Okay,
Moving on.
moving on. Next question.
Assless chaps.
No, that's not a question, Chris.
Okay, I've got one. What is the dumbest thing you've done for a woman and now regret?
Oh, I know I gotta have something.
Giving her a pineapple.
I love that response. I respect that.
And this is from
Do you really regret that though? Because it worked so well for you.
It didn't work so well because I guess it did work well, but then I'm stupid enough to miss all the,
Yeah.
signs.
She gave you a road flare.
Yeah.
Hello. Anyway,
That's from T Coke 24, by the way. I would say
dumbest thing you've ever done for a girl.
I think my dumbest thing was staying with them after they had not been faithful to me. Like,
Oh, okay.
And it was a continual thing, but I think that was because of a lack of self-worth on my part to where you're trying to make something worth. So that was a great thing for me to figure out that my own self-worth and that I am worth somebody being devoted to me.
Yeah.
So that was deep, huh? We went
Yeah.
deep on that one, huh?
Mine, I mean, ever since high school, I always wanted to have that dorm life experience. Like go to college, live in the dorms, be surrounded by a bunch of bros doing stupid college shenanigans. I really badly wanted to go to Utah State. Just, far enough away from home to feel like you're really away from home. No safety net, Instead, I, had a girlfriend who I decided to not that I didn't want that life and I ended up buying a townhouse with. That's my biggest regret. I wish I had actually gone through with it, gone to, Utah State, lived in the dorms. That's like one of my biggest, like, man, if I'd have known, that's what I'd have done.
But you are where you are now because
Yeah. I mean, I'm appreciative of where I'm at.
yeah.
Definitely.
I get it though.
Yeah.
I really can't think of one. Like I'm not saying I never did anything dumb, but I can't think of one specifically. My problem was I always wore my heart on my sleeve.
Same.
And so yeah, there were times I probably went above and beyond for somebody who could care less about me, if that makes sense, but never a specific thing,
Got you.
if that makes sense. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Anyone else?
I can't think of one because I'm also not big on regret. I mean, it happened to happen. I can't change it. Why regret it? Like,
Okay.
But it
Yeah.
could be a reminisce, but yeah.
so
I get
like
it.
I can't think of anything specifically that I regret. And like I don't know.
Well, if you can't
So-
think of anything,
Yeah, maybe it'll pop up later, and I'll just chime in and be like, "Oh yeah."
Okay.
All right.
Here's,
Body hair on women.
Oh,
Gross.
nope.
Was that the question?
That's the question.
Like,
I like
is
it on
that
their
a
head.
statement or a question? Like, do you
Body
like-
hair on women? Question mark. Like,
As-
what are your thoughts on
No.
body hair on women?
No.
That's by Melissa Green. It cuts off.
Like I said, I like it on their eyebrows and their head.
Isn't that head hair?
I mean, it's still
So
on
from
the
the
body.
neck up.
Pretty much. Well, no.
No, because I don't
from
want them
the
here.
from the eyebrows up.
There you go. That's
There
a
you
good.
go.
That's a better way of putting it. I don't want
I
to
mean,
feel.
it's true. I'm like,
I don't want to feel prickling my pricklies back.
I told you about my
when
first
kissing.
kiss. I felt peach fuzz. I didn't like it.
Okay.
I've had peach fuzz kisses.
Yeah,
don't mind.
It's not fun.
A well manicured garden
I
sometimes.
thought he was gonna say, I don't mind peach fuzz.
Mud smart bit air.
Not that I would judge you if you did.
Are you saying?
flavor. No. No.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it's one of those things. I'm not in the obvious spots, like no in the armpit. That's just
I agree
weird.
with that.
If
Europeans.
being happily married for so many years, you know, Jenny will let her legs go a few days sometimes, but she's got soft leg hair, as funny as that sounds. So like you can't even really tell when it's been a few days since she's shaved her legs. So
I mean, it depends on the direction that you rub her leg.
even going upwards, like it's just
always rub down. You don't have to worry about it.
right? But like, so
Watch out,
like
they
even
purr.
I've gotten to the point where even that doesn't bother me. Like she doesn't have to constantly groom herself to impress me. So
There you go.
so
Yeah.
I've gotten more
Yeah,
comfortable
I'm
with
okay
it.
with
But the armpits, that weirds me out.
I mean,
But, yeah.
like body hair in general is just, I don't know. Like,
I take care of my body.
I couldn't tell you if Jess has like hair on her forearms. Like, I don't know. I really
You
Just
don't
don't
need to pay
notice it.
attention.
Yeah.
like. It's just like light enough that I don't notice. On the
Yeah.
legs, I know she'll go weeks sometimes without shaving, but it's so little that I hardly notice,
Yeah.
and it doesn't bother me. Like upkeep is one thing, but if it's like if your legs are hairier than mine, that's real bad.
Yeah.
If your armpits are hairier than mine, nah, not doing that. You know what I mean? Like that's, I don't even like my hairy armpits. So, yeah, I like the upkeep,
Zach?
but I also respect the upkeep. Like I know it's a lot of work,
Yeah.
It's true.
so I don't expect it to be
I was
perfect.
going to say, I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
to shave my
Oh, yeah.
face, and I don't even shave most of my face. And so I can't imagine how it would be to shave my legs and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not that. I've watched Kara, and if you keep up on it, it's pretty quick for women to shave their legs. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, Jess,
How dare you,
they are
sir.
pretty fast.
Yeah.
Jess
How dare you.
epilates her legs.
That's so ridiculous.
They say though after the
Woman's
first
crazy.
time, it gets a lot easier.
Because you have no feeling in
Yeah.
your legs anymore.
literally you're ripping
Well,
your
it shrinks
nerves
the
out.
follicles too.
Oof.
Gross.
Nope.
Weird science.
I got mini pastry chef responded to Instagram, asks, how do you guys go days without showering? Do any of you go days without showering?
No.
Absolutely not.
I mean, camping on
Even
occasion.
camping, like I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
I do it
I'll
up
try. I
camping,
try
but
to
I don't
swim
like
like
it.
in a river or lake.
Swim,
to, like,
take a
clean.
bottle of shampoo with you or something real quick.
I mean,
and-
we had a similar question to this back when we did another podcast, and we
It wa-
all were like
It was,
collectively.
our who would be more likely to.
yeah, we were
Oh,
all
that's right.
collectively like we
Yeah,
all shower every day.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to the gym twice a day,
Do you shower in the morning or at night?
morning.
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 I think though, if
Night.
I had to go days without showering, like camping and stuff, as long as I wash my face and my hands, I'm
Yes.
okay. Like
Yeah.
I
Isn't
can
that
go a long
weird?
time. Yeah.
If
See,
you wash
super
your
weird.
face and your hands, you instantly feel way cleaner.
See, it's funny. Up camping where I don't have access to water to shower or anything, washing my face and hands, and then as weird as it is, I take a wet wipe to my armpits and feet.
Nice.
I get my
Not the
undercarriage.
crotch?
I get my
Oh, in the
undercarriage.
crotch. Well,
Yeah.
kind of, especially in that like crease area where
Wet
the
wipes
legs meet the
camping is
boys.
game changer.
Yeah.
You got to take it to that outhouse. You get a wet wipe. Dude.
Yeah,
Makes you feel cleaner even longer.
absolutely.
I'm
Zach
so
says no.
I'm so OCD. It's got to be the whole body.
You wet wipe your whole body?
But
I
if
would
you
have
don't,
to, yeah.
But if you don't have a choice, like you're saying,
Yeah.
hands, face, armpits, undercarriage,
Yeah.
butt crack, feet. I have to get my feet. I don't
Yeah.
like my
So
feet.
pretty much your whole
Nah, I
body.
don't. Yeah, I could go with feet
Everywhere
being
but
dirty.
the actual like. I was gonna use the
I
wrong
saw
word.
a chart. No, I saw a chart once, and it was like how men clean, and it was like it was just a silhouette of a man, and it was divided by color and like how like vigorously they clean. and like blue was like really light cleaning, like you just touch yourself with like the loofah or soap.
Yeah.
And then like red was the the opposite end was like super clean, and it was literally the pits and the crotch were red. Everything else was light blue.
That's very accurate. It's very accurate.
I don't
Oh,
know. I'm
man.
pretty OCD. I exfoliate everything.
I
when
think
I'm
the only
cleaning.
thing I
scrub
don't
it all
wash
really
is
well.
from like mid thigh to ankles. Like I'll
You
let
wash your calves.
yeah, I don't. My knees and calves and stuff don't get.
Oh, I gotta wash the knees, keep them soft, so they get
I do.
ashy.
Yep.
Oh, see, mine don't.
Same with
I-
the bows.
Yeah, I have a system.
I think everybody does.
I get everything. Have to make sure.
There you go. DT _ Gargashari? Gargashwari? I'm so sorry if I.
They're not gonna watch this.
Anyway, what is the best thing and the worst thing about being male?
No periods is the
That
best
is-
thing.
Not having to deal
There's
with.
not a worse thing. I'm just gonna say that.
But
Being male is best. I'm just saying.
I do love being a man.
It's pretty awesome.
don't have to deal with
watching my
periods.
wife have to go through periods, I am
Hormones,
so grateful not to have periods.
Yep. Peeing standing up, that's one of the best things.
Yes. Dude, peeing standing
Yes,
up is
that's a great
incredible.
thing.
So many things.
Like the fact that our hormones are like this.
Hormones are regulated.
I think not having
Emotions are
to
decently regulated.
not having to wear makeup to feel dolled up.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have
Yep.
to. I mean, I know there's women out there that don't wear makeup and they can get away with it or they don't care, whatever. But like as a man, stereotypically, not wearing makeup, I like that.
Yeah.
I think having short hair is easier to style
Being
and take
bald
care
is
of it.
okay.
Could you imagine like if women could go bald? That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
I
they,
don't like it.
they can. They can.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, but then look at Britney Spears. Everyone just says she's crazy.
Well, I mean, some women do it and pull it off,
Yeah.
but
You got a point there.
I mean, definitely not. We don't have as high a bar
to have
set
long
for
hair.
our looks,
There you go.
which is nice, but then also sad that theirs is so high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I also hate the power that they have over us.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
probably the
100%.
worst.
That's
Dude, that's
the
the
worst.
thing.
That's probably the worst thing.
Yes,
Deciding
and I
which-
don't think they actually realize.
How
like some
much?
of them do know, but I don't think they actually know
Gigs up,
how much power they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely like
Yeah.
power. You have no idea.
Knowing which head to think with.
Yeah, that's true. We have two.
Yes.
It's hard to let that little guy
with that,
overcome the.
that's a worse thing.
Logical
I
brain.
hate that our sex drive is 10 times higher than a woman's,
That's something they will never understand.
right?
Nope.
Like
They will never understand that.
like it
feeling.
goes beyond just, "Hey honey, can I get a little?" Like it's a physical like, "Okay, I need this."
I need this more than I need oxygen right now. You don't know. Like when I'm walking
right
around and
now.
my,
Yes,
and
right
my
now.
hips are doing a little weird jig.
I'm going
You
to take a
literally wake
shower.
up in the morning and it's just ready to go for no reason,
And you're ticked.
and you're just like, ah,
I got a fever.
The only cure is more
it's more
cowbell.
cowbell.
That's honestly the hardest part is like that's something they will never understand. But there are so many things that they go through that we will never
won't.
understand.
Yeah. They've
And
never
that's the
had to
trade-off.
hide a boner in school.
That's true.
It's not. Sometimes it's not easy.
Now you just do the tuck up above the belt.
That's the
Well,
only
I mean,
way to go.
That's the only way to go.
Name
Or you
another
put your
way.
bag in front. Well, the
Well-
worst is the transition from standing up from your desk.
Oh my gosh, when you look up
doing
at the
it.
clock and it's like 5 minutes until the bell rings, for the love, go away.
Like, get out of here.
You never did the Charlie horse thing? Where you're like, oh, I got a Charlie horse. I have to walk out. Just me.
Nope.
No, I thought
I've
that
never-
was extremely obvious.
I
That's
straight
drawing
up,
a lot of
I would
attention.
always grab my bag and
I
put
mean,
it
I
in
never
front of
did
my
that either,
crotch
so-
and like adjust.
You see Chris, he's like, yeah, he's got one. Yep.
Everybody's
don't
like,
look.
he's not kidding anybody. Oh, that reminds me too. Trying to adjust it without touching it.
Have you ever-
And you get the kind of the Elvis walk. You're like, hey.
Have you ever seen that picture? There's a picture and it's just like footsteps in the snow, and they're side by side, and then one's way out here, and then they're side by side again, and it's like men will understand.
1,000%.
Jenny catches me in it all the time. She's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got it now." Like,
Okay, this is
You know
gonna
what
be,
helps with that? Baby powder.
this is gonna be telling.
Oh, yeah.
So there'd be times when I'd be at work and stuff, and I'd be standing in front of a table, and just kind of like swaying back and forth, and it's warm enough that things have kind of lowered a little bit. And you're like a little bell. You're just kind of ringing around in there.
Like grandfather clock.
One of my buddies comes up to me. He's like, "You ringing the bell?" I was like, "How'd you know?" He's like, "I do it too."
Do you know what? The greatest thing in life that I ever learned was the pinch and roll maneuver.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
that's
Dude,
one
that's
of those
the best.
miracle things that you're never taught it.
No.
You just get
You
it.
figure it out, and you're like, "Oh,
Right.
oh, that was perfect."
Yeah. If you don't understand, you don't scratch.
No,
No.
You pinch
fool.
and then you roll.
And you kind of roll it. It's like rolling a booger.
I don't know if that. No, I don't like keep it on the fingertips. I'm like,
It's like trying to separate
It's like-
plastic bags.
it's like
in the
kneading dough.
supermarket.
It's like kneading
it's
Trying
dough.
to get them to separate.
Doing the Matthew McConaughey. How
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
always kind
yeah,
I
of.
yeah.
get
there you
that.
go.
Yeah.
Not
Just
too,
itching his nuts.
not too tough.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a little. You know.
And if you still don't know what we're talking about, you're obviously you're
not
not
a
a
dude.
guy.
You pinch and roll.
So here's another interesting.
Wait,
So,
hang on.
so if your husband
Zach-
or your significant other is ever have two broken arms, don't go in like a bear. Go in with the pinch and roll.
and
don't even-
don't like. We're talking small pinch. You go in too big, you're crushing a nut, and the slightest amount of pressure will destroy a man.
You're not wrong.
You can't scratch like a typical flat surface scratch. Everything's just gonna move along with your fingers, and you're getting nowhere.
it's like
It doesn't stay.
it's like a chewed up piece of fruit by the foot.
I always call it just the bubble gum, the chewed bubble gum. It is. Sometimes it looks like you
Like
dropped
I
it
said,
on the floor.
It's just when you go to the store and you're trying to open up the plastic bag and they're stuck together and you get in there and you kind of do that. That's the exact thing you do.
We'll see, but with that, I lick my fingers to get the bags.
I'm okay
apart.
with that too.
Whoa! Oh, okay, with the bag.
With the bags, I don't lick my fingers to get the itch.
right on.
I mean, but the same thing. It's just post licking.
Okay, I'm sticking with. Never mind.
You
Go
brought
ahead.
up the licking.
Zach, you had one a while back.
Zach, you go.
My wife.
She knows what you're talking
She
about.
wants all these answers.
She's got
does.
questions. We got answers.
No, this is from a guy on here on Reddit for clever username 74.
Okay.
Okay.
Just the number 74.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
No, it's literally his name is clever username 74.
Got you.
Can't be that clever. There's 73 before him.
It's probably his birth year.
No, so he says, my wife just informed me that we've been in a fight for 3 days. What things have you been so clueless about in your relationship with your significant other?
Everything.
Dude.
I hate that.
Yeah, we are not mind
Dude,
readers.
No,
Even in the slightest. Like, we need you out there with us, like flashing lights,
Yeah.
guiding us down a path. Like, tell us what's wrong.
see, and I will
Yeah.
never understand that they don't get that.
No, that's the problem. Is they do, but they don't care.
They don't believe. I think they don't know. They don't believe that it's that easy.
I think it's a test every time.
No, because I've straight up told Jenny before. I'm like, I don't get it. You got to tell me. And she's like, but I don't want to have to tell you. I want you to just get it.
No.
That
And I'm
doesn't
like,
work.
It
that.
doesn't
that's out
work
of my
like that.
nature.
My brain don't work like that.
It don't work that way.
My favorite memes are the ones where it's like they're laying in bed and the wife is like, what's he thinking about? He hasn't
Yes.
touched me all night. And then it pans over to him and he's like, oh man, that 478, block here. I don't know.
It's like,
like,
why doesn't the glue stick to the inside of the glue bottle?
some random.
Why does Superman
obscure
have
thought.
a cape?
How do you fly faster?
It's just a random obscure thought. That is us all the time.
And we
Our
legit
mind.
have a nothing box. We can literally think of nothing.
Yeah.
That's a thing that only men could do.
Yeah.
See, now I have to say I'm a little different there. My brain is always doing something.
Yeah,
You
me
got
too.
a woman's brain?
I mean,
I mean, it's more random.
I can go with you on that. Like my
Yeah.
mind is always going off on a tangent in my
Yeah.
own head.
Oh,
Like I'm always
100%.
having a conversation.
But there's literally
with
times
myself.
when all this, like, it's like in between tangents and nothing's happening and you're just like looking at something.
I just think
And
that's you,
what
buddy.
you thinking about? No, dude. Everyone I've asked,
Well, there's 3 that said
other
no.
than you 3.
Zach?
What?
he was right.
He was there.
That is a perfect example. Dear God.
Oh, what question you got? You got another one?
No, well, I was gonna add on to that.
Were you in
So,
your nothing box?
I was actually. I told you. I was like staring at Cam, and it was just nothing.
Even I can stare off blankly, but my brain is still doing something.
Yeah.
I'm
And
thinking
so-
about other things that I need to do.
No, so this has actually been joked a lot by like one of my favorite comedians, Bill Engvall, and stuff about how they joke like with women, where it was like, men are complaining, hey, it's been a couple days since we've had fun time, and she's like, oh yeah, well I tried this the other day and you didn't even go with it. And it's like, wait, what? You did what? Like for instance, Kara the other day, I was complaining about it, and she goes, well, I kissed you and used a little bit of tongue. What? That was your sign? Well, yeah, that was my sign to start going. And I'm
I
like,
thought you burped.
Oh man.
but it's
Subtlety,
like
I hate
it's like you complain, but it's like I gave you this little sign. And it's like no. Don't give me a sign. Just go. Like
That's a get out of jail free card.
I tried. No,
See,
you didn't.
the thing I hate too is that they tell me that. Like that Jenny comes back and tells me, it's like, you know what? Just keep that crap to yourself because now I'm just angry. I missed the opportunity.
Yeah.
I can recall the opportunity, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess if that was a sign. But then the funny thing is,
Next time, just take your clothes off.
Make it so apparent that my jaw drops. Well, you know what I mean? Like, leave no question behind.
so in the same joke though, he Bill Engvall continues on. He's like, I think he said so. One night, his wife was like, well, one night I kind of grabbed your leg and started rubbing it a little bit. And so then he's like, here we are 2 nights later. She leans over, kind of grabs my leg and says, good night, have a good night. And so he's like, oh, this is my chance. This is it. I'm going for it. And so he leans over, starts going for it. He goes, what are you doing? No, I'm not in the mood tonight. You go away.
It's like that.
And
dude.
it's like, wow, you send one sign. 2 days later, you send the same sign. It's like, nope, I'm not doing it now.
There's subtle differences.
Yeah, you grow up seeing these jokes about men and women your whole life, and you're like, no, there's no
When
way.
I married my wife
No,
and I.
and then they all turn out to be true.
Have you ever seen the meme of the picture where it's like men and it's a light switch, and then women
Yes.
and it's a whole control board of switches and knobs and everything?
Wire, like it's
Yeah.
a telephone control board.
Oh man!
So true.
So accurate. So accurate.
All right, I've got one.
Okay.
So this is Alex K 1567 on Reddit. Do you hang out alone with friends of the opposite sex if you are in a relationship or married? Why or why not?
No.
No.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the only different case would be like family.
Right. I think the only way I would is if like it was one of your wives and we were all getting ready to meet up. Like, let's say, I'll use Chris, for example, because you work late sometimes. Let's say we're all meeting up at your house. I happen to show up early. It's just me and Lisa because you're not home from work yet, but it's just that like few minutes before you show up. That's the only kind of scenario I could think of in that.
Happened to me with Jenny. I've
Yeah.
showed up a couple of times
Yeah.
when you're not there, and it's me and Jenny just sit there and talk. Or
Yep.
See, I think
Same
that's
here.
the only situation I could think of where I would be alone with the opposite sex. but it wouldn't
That makes
ever
sense.
be
But it's not like planning ahead and like, hey, let's go hang out.
right.
Like, no.
No,
No.
that's
And anyone who thinks that that should be a thing, you're an idiot. Like, stop.
Jenny tells me all the time and this is kind of a guy question too. We truly don't know the difference between being friendly and flirting.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like-
that's true.
100%.
100%, right?
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
Jenny warns me all the because she knows that about me. She's warned me. She said, you just got to be careful because you think you're being friendly, but others think you're flirting. And especially in like a work setting, I work in a credit union. Credit unions naturally have more female employees, especially depending on the position. She said, she's like, you just have to be careful with what you're saying, what you're doing, because you are just being friendly, but others on the outside looking in could take it the wrong way. And it's sad, but it's true, you know? I hate it.
You
We're
know,
like puppies.
Here's the sad thing with that too. I can't tell you how many times you worked with Kara a lot. And I can't tell you how many times Kara's come to me and going, you need to go talk to Tony. And I'm like, why? Well, there's these rumors going around work. And I'm like, well, how did it start? Well, Tony was nice to this girl and they're kind of flirting back and forth to each other. And now people think they're dating.
See,
I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And so then I go to Tony about it. And Tony's like, what? Now I can't talk to this girl at work? Like,
you know what though?
real quick, I have to just, with
Okay.
that, the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
that's frustrating is I didn't treat that girl any different than any other girl in the branch.
and that's what I told Kara. I said, that's absolutely ridiculous. She goes, I know. She goes, but I'm telling you so you can tell Tony. I'm like, why don't you tell Tony?
It's like you work with him. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, thinking really back on it, actually, I used like, I guess the environment is crucial, right?
Yeah.
So in a workplace environment, I definitely had friends who were female.
Oh, yeah.
Like we would go out
Yeah.
to lunch, we'd hang out. Like I would even like, we would even go out to the bars and stuff. Like, but it was like, we were just friends. But I'm trying to think if that was before Jess though. So that, I mean, but even then, like, yeah, I did have friends who were just female. So I
Yeah,
guess,
but I mean, you wouldn't like be going to a movie with them or like going out to an event with them for an extended period of time.
yeah, no,
Like now being married, if an old girl / friend hit you up and said, hey, let's go grab a drink together.
no. I mean, and that's the environment, right?
Right.
Like, cause there was times when back at my old job, like where I had a friend from, you know, my youth days at a church that was like, hey, I'm in the area. Do you want to grab some lunch? I was like, heck yeah. Like let's go catch up. Like that was great. But yeah, nothing beyond that. Like that's, yeah, I guess the environment is very crucial because like in a workplace environment, I think friends of both sexes is totally chill. Grabbing lunch, you know, stuff like that. But I think
Yeah.
it definitely is
I would just say
specific to this situation.
I would just say it's even smart to not be alone with a person of the opposite sex, to just not put yourself in a situation that somebody could use against you.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially in
That's
today's day
Oh,
like
yeah.
Right.
world. Like, because you never know. Maybe you piss that person off one day, you get a promotion over them, something like that, and they straight up are just vindictive and they're like, yeah, like he did this to me at this time. I mean, that's a worst case scenario, obviously, but it's just best not to even put yourself in a situation where that could happen.
And it goes both ways with that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And you have to be, I think another part of it is you have to be trusting. The one exception I have, like with Kara, she has one of her best friends. He's gay. Like, gay as gay can be.
Rainbow.
Anyways, she's
How gay is he?
like,
He's so gay.
and I mean, the funny thing is I've talked to him a bunch of times. I love the guy to death. He is an awesome guy. And Kara's gone to dinner with him a few times, just her and him. And people have actually questioned her about that. She's like, Zach allows that? And I'm like, he has no interest in her, number one. I trust Kara enough to not do anything, number two. And it's just almost like he's one of the girls.
Yeah.
in a
Yeah,
sense.
it's just Zach's not allowed to be alone with him.
Now if Kara,
Hey, I'm hanging out with your friend. Why? Well, no.
But I mean, that being said, I do like what Cam said. It's just you don't want to put yourself in that situation. But there's also the sense of you have to be able to be trusting.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, too, if your significant other comes up and says, "Hey, I don't want you being with that person," you have to be willing enough to say, "Okay,"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're
you
right.
know.
But part of entrusting too
And that-
is trusting that they don't put themselves in situations to where things
Right.
can happen.
Yeah.
It's one of those like this is the weird thing with trust. It's like an unwritten rule where it's like I trust you that I would let you do this and not be worried, but at the same time, me being the trusted person wouldn't do that. You know, I wouldn't betray the trust and
Yeah.
do it to where
Yeah.
they even needed to trust me, kind of
But
thing.
you have to respect the boundaries of your significant other. Let's say you know that there's nothing going to happen. You guys are two
Yeah.
best friends, but your significant other comes up to you and says, "I don't like it." You at that point have to say, "Okay, you don't like
Valid.
it.
You're right.
You okay? I will stop."
Yeah.
Like you can't put their feelings aside just because you two are friends. You know nothing's going to happen. You still have a significant other who you spend your time with, who doesn't like it. You have to put their feelings first and say, "Okay, I get it. I understand."
Yeah. Seeing with what I do, there's managers and stuff that are female at some of these accounts and things I service, and they've asked me to go to lunch. And I always say no, but that's just on me. It's not like Lisa pushed that on me. It's just something that I've always decided. So there's one thing that's important in a relationship too is don't ask your significant other to do something that you're not willing to do yourself or that you do yourself when it comes to situations like that. I would just avoid it. Not that I was planning on anything or, it's just in a situation I want to avoid that I don't ever want to be an issue.
Yeah.
It's respectful.
Yeah.
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 okay, I got one.
Uh-oh.
Taney Lopez. What is one thing women complain about that men actually love?
There's one thing that we complain about that we
No,
actually
what is one
love.
thing women complain
complain
about
about.
that men actually love?
Like they complain about themselves. Is that how you
I
would
don't
take
know.
that?
I mean, like, yeah, I'm kind of confused about the question.
Okay.
Like
Well,
they can, like for example, they complain that we play video games, but we love video games, or like
I'm
we
thinking it's-
love what they're complaining about.
I'm thinking it's more like, oh, my butt's
Yeah.
too flat, and it's like, oh, but honey, I love your butt.
I was gonna
okay,
say,
okay.
I'll
Yep,
interpret
yep,
that. Kara complains about her butt being too big. I love it. She hates it.
Love big
I
butt.
love it.
yep. Right? Shaylee will like make the comments about it too, and I'll just be like, I like it.
That's exactly what I do.
I'm not man.
And then the best part is you have to get the other side because you can't leave one cheek empty.
Nope, you don't want to feel left out.
Exactly.
Gotta warm up both sides.
My wife doesn't like going out without makeup, and I actually love my wife without makeup on. I just like the natural look. So
Yeah, I like that.
I think what
Jess
else?
Jess rocked the natural look throughout our entire Hawaii vacation. I had no idea. we get home,
Yes,
This
We
is the
get home,
clueless part of us.
and she puts on makeup. She's like, "Man, I haven't worn makeup in like 8 days." I'm like, "Really? Like you didn't? I didn't realize." And she didn't know how to take that. And I was like, I mean,
that's a good thing.
yeah.
that stuff gets pounded in their head. So, Maybelline. Like all that, like you have to.
Yes, family.
Nah.
Yeah, all natural. Because sometimes the worst. I will tell you this.
Besides armpit hair.
If you're listening, one of the worst things that I've seen is when you meet a girl, or back in the dating days, when you would meet a girl fully made up, and then later they didn't have makeup on, but they were a completely different human being. I hated that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but you if you're gonna use makeup, you don't need to go crazy with it. If you're two different human beings with and without makeup,
Like-
you look inside yourself. You don't need to go that far.
like
Yeah.
the transformation
I agree
videos
with
that.
that.
You see on social media
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
of girls looking one way and you're like, and then she turns into a complete different girl and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I can understand like a little bit of blush accentuating certain features that are already good, but like, don't become a different human.
Yeah. If you're taking longer than an hour to get ready,
Yeah.
maybe tone it down a little bit.
It's all bad.
That was one of the things that I hated the most dating other girls before Jess. Oh my gosh, the time it took to get ready. I would be bored out of my mind sitting on the couch like, are you ready yet? We're
But you
late.
can't ask.
I know. And then it starts a fight.
Hey, we got we gotta go soon.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama's ready.
An hour later. Come
You're
on.
almost there. Just a few more things.
Oh, I got to read some my wife gave me.
Okay,
for it.
let's
Go
hear
for it.
Here we go. Women like flowers. What do men like to receive? Well, let's talk about this.
He's gonna say guns.
I was going to say
I was gonna,
something
yeah,
else.
I'm going where Austin's going.
Blow dart guns.
You're not wrong. I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
You know
hate
what's
it for
funny
that.
is that wasn't even my first thought. My first thought was Legos.
My first thought was beef jerky.
Minus the beef.
See, I'll flat out say it. This is the one thing I tell my wife. She goes, "What do you want for your anniversary or birthday?" Nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I need to get you something. Sex.
I'll spell it out for you. SEX.
And then the funny thing is, that's the last thing on her mind, and she still gets me something.
Yeah. We're simple folk.
We are.
And it also changes from moment to moment.
I
Like,
wasn't even gonna go that direction with mine. I don't want, like, when it comes to buying me something, don't buy me anything because it's not gonna be what I want. I want to go buy my own thing that I want. That's just the way
then
I
there
am.
you go.
Yeah.
Take you out to buy you something.
No, it's not even that. I just want. God, I sound stupid, but when it comes to me, it's just little random acts of like just going above and beyond in certain things that
Yeah.
are not normal aspect
Yeah.
of life. That just go the extra mile to show me you care, or
Yeah.
to show me that you appreciate it, or
I'll
both,
even do
back
something that
and
might
forth.
make my day easier.
Well, straight up, just deciding what we're gonna do for the anniversary is a present to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Like
Like,
me
hey.
not having to do anything or ask you 100 times, what do you want to do?
That actually would be awesome for once to say, "Hey, I've set up our anniversary.
Yes.
I need you to take these 2 days off. Okay, what are we doing? Don't worry about it. I've got it all set up. Take these 2 days off.
Dude, I
Make
would
sure you're off work."
love for Jess to plan our dates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like,
it's
hey, we're gonna do
weird.
this.
I think that's an adult epiphany, like going back to one of our other podcasts, that as an adult, decision making is tiring.
They are.
Oh, it sucks.
Like
Even
there's
like
days where I'm sick of it.
something as simple as coming up what we're gonna eat for dinner tonight. Like
yep.
Yeah.
you get. Ugh.
I
If
don't
I came
know.
home and you're like, we're gonna have this, I'd be like, awesome.
Have you heard that? Have you
I
heard
don't care
that?
what it is. I
That
didn't have to
joke where it's
decide.
like how to get a woman to pick what we're having for dinner. Just
Yes.
ask her, "Hey, guess what we're having for dinner?" And whatever she says, you guessed it.
The problem is that
That's genius. I'm still like
here's the
that.
problem. Here's the problem. When I ask Shaylee, she just goes, "What?" I'm like, that's not how it works.
This backfired.
Have you played
You
this
want to be
game
delicious?
before?
I don't know what. No, you say a thing, and I go yes.
My wife, we go back and forth with that, and actually, when it comes to anniversary stuff, she kind
She
of
plans it all for you, doesn't she?
I have suggestions and stuff, and we kind of it's a collaborated thing that she plans.
She goes, that's cute. She goes, that's cute. And she pushes it off to the side. That's
I'm
so
right-
nice.
I'm
Yeah, sounds
writing
good.
it down right now, and yep, it's on the board.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes she'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're going to do this." I was like, "When?" Well, we planned it. You were right there. Oh, and my mind was probably somewhere.
You were
else.
just in the house.
You were in that empty box.
Yep, you
It wasn't
had
empty, I was
box
probably
thinking
thinking-
about nothing.
Honestly, my mind gets so OCD with work stuff and how I'm gonna build things and how I'm gonna figure this out and like what this plan was and how I could have made this dent easier to take out, and like my brain does not stop.
See, mine. Well, as far as like that thing, so Jenny will ask me for my opinion and then not take my opinion. Usually it's things like,
classic woman.
like, what should I wear today? This shirt or this shirt? Oh, I really like that shirt.
Just
I'm
a
gonna wear
common
this one.
courtesy.
Okay. Well,
You know what?
glad
They
I can
both
help.
look nice. Actually, I'm gonna wear this other thing.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Just to share this. Jess doesn't like when I ask her opinion on what I should wear. Like if I hold up two shirts and I'm like, hey, which shirt should I wear or something like that? She gets mad because she thinks it's like childish. Like I need her help.
Really?
But in my mind, I'm like, if anything, it shows that I'm a man
Yes.
because I don't know what to wear and I need your fashion advice.
Well, see,
I want you to make me look good on your arm.
well, I was going to say, I ask for that reason, Cam, it's like, you're the one that has to look at me. What do you want to see me in?
Yep.
Like even cologne,
Bingo.
it's like, I don't buy my cologne. Jenny buys my cologne. Cause it's like, you're the one that has to smell me.
Yeah.
So what do you want me to smell like? But I was going to say on the sex thing, being a father, sex has turned into more quickies than like
It's a sneaky game.
yeah. And so it's like for anniversary, Valentine's Day, birthday, like things like that. It's like, I don't just want sex. It's like, I want the kids out of the house and I want romantic, passionate sex. Like,
that connection part of it.
Yes.
Boom.
Not just get my
Yes.
fix. Not just get my
Exactly.
fix off. Like that
I want to
connection.
connect. And
Yeah.
so what we usually
Yep.
do is it's like we'll get a hotel room or something. It has nothing to do with the hotel room. It's that time alone where,
Yeah.
and it's not even just about the sex either. It's just that reconnect. Because man, kids, I love them to death.
But they'll kill you.
So quite literally, I love them to death.
Mine or theirs. One of them's gonna happen. Oh.
So here's a question I have for you guys. When your girl is sad, would you rather walk up to her and hug her, or would you rather her come to you and like
It's
cradle?
circumstantial.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
I get what you're saying.
I agree with Chris. It's
Yeah.
circumstantial.
Yeah.
Like there would be
Most
times.
I mean, if I walk in and she's standing somewhere and I see she's sad, I'll go to her.
Yeah.
But if I'm like in the other room and I have no idea what's going on, she comes in, she'll come over to me.
There's been times, especially like with us expecting a baby, even before, like back, especially during like the whole miscarriage thing, there were times that the next day Jenny was saying, she's like, yeah, I was laying in bed crying last night. And it's like, you didn't wake me up. You didn't
Yeah.
tell me
Yeah.
like that. So
That's
in
the,
that
that's
aspect,
what bugs me too.
it's like, I'm here for you. I'm like, wake me up and I'll be up with you and we'll work through it. And so
Yeah.
finding out later that she didn't come to me for things like that. And she's a strong woman in the sense that in her head, she just didn't need to. She was working through it. So it's not an issue in that sense. But in circumstances like that, I want her to come to me. But
I'm
yeah.
so one-sided on that because I would want her to do that to me, but I wouldn't wake her up if I was really upset about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
See?
true.
I'm the same way.
So
There's been times
Yeah.
I've like gotten up and went out to the living room and just sat on the couch in the dark, just quiet and just had my
contemplating.
moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breathe deep.
Yep.
Right.
Well, I also think, I don't know, at least this is for me. Like I growing up, I was always a very independent person. And I feel like a lot of men are very like solitary beings, and that's just kind of like in our genetic makeup in a way. So like, yeah, there's definitely times where I'm like, I just need a alone space to let my thoughts or feelings or whatever like work themselves out.
And a punching bag.
Yeah,
Dude, I used to have a punching bag. That thing, I need to get another one.
dude, they're so great.
They're so
they're
fantastic.
awesome.
Anyway,
Here's one. I forgot the name of the person, but it was the one who asked the question before from Instagram. But they said, "Do you men secretly gossip like girls?"
I think that's person to person. I don't think that's a guy or a girl thing. I think it's the individual.
I
who
mean,
they are.
there is the stereotype that it happens more among women, and I definitely have met some people that stereotype was modeled after.
Yeah. Yeah. Karen.
We
But I
don't go to the bathroom together. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I don't know. I feel like we definitely do talk about situations we've seen with other people and stuff, but not like
I feel like
in a
if I
weird
had to-
gossipy way.
if I had to put a word to it, I feel like men vent
Yeah,
more than gossip.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like if someone's bugging us, I feel like I would talk about that person in the sense to just vent and get it off my chest, not so much that I'm gossiping about that person.
See, and I do it in a sense of like I've come to you and everybody talking about things, and it's more of me trying to work through the situation
Yeah.
or the problem, or make sure validate, or have them either validate the feelings I had in that situation, or say, hey, why did give me an outside perspective of it. It's always to come to a conclusion on the problem I've had.
Yeah,
Right.
that's how I am. Like if I have a weird interaction with somebody and there's someone else around or not even nobody saw it, but I go to somebody and tell them what happened, I want them to just tell me like, am I the one acting crazy? Was I ridiculous, or was this other person acting ridiculous? Like what's going on?
Just help me get on my head for a second.
Yeah. Help me know if I acted incorrectly and need to apologize or if I was in the right.
It's not just to say it just to get it spread around. It's just it's help me get out of my own head, because I overthink. I'm an overthinker.
Yeah.
And
I am too.
So
I like this one. How do you view splitting chores equally by interest and not based on gender? How is it? Let's see here. How is it with your partner?
This is an interesting one. I've actually always thought, because people talk about like break down the normal gender roles, like women don't have to be housewives, whatever. I could care less which person's in the house.
Yeah.
I just feel whichever person is in the house should do more of the house things.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you're the man or the woman.
Yeah.
If you're the one who's at home all the time, like you're probably going to have more time to do the home things.
Yeah.
And that's not saying I won't ever do them. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like Jenny and I have naturally kind of split things just kind of according to preference. Like one, for example, is she cooks dinner, I clean up dinner. I'll do the dishes and everything. I actually really don't mind doing the dishes. I put my music on and just kind of zone out. I told her
hate doing the dishes, dude.
I hate the dishes.
Oh, I hate
The
the
worst thing
dishes.
in
in
the freaking
repay,
world.
in like replacement of that too, is I told her, I'm like, I hate doing the laundry, like mainly folding it. Obviously the laundry itself, the washer and dryer are doing the work, but I hate folding laundry. So she does that most of the time. I'll help here and there, but, and then like outside, she actually enjoys to mow the lawn. And so she'll mow and I'll edge and I'll take the edger and do all that and handle all that. But if she's available to mow, she'll mow the lawn. And so like inside and out, we kind of have just naturally taken our few things that we enjoy doing. And there's not really a gender stereotypical title to it.
Yeah. For us, it's we both live in this house. We're both going to do chores. We have kind of collectively decided that it's easier for us to divide and conquer in a way. Like, what?
Nothing. Continue. Continue.
Well, you've piqued my interest. I don't know what happened.
I
It
think
was-
Jess is over there by the door calling your BS out.
She made a face at me.
I mean, if we're being honest, I think I do more cleaning.
Oh. And that's how the fight started.
No. And now I'm sleeping on the couch. No, no, it's easier for us to like. We kind of decided, okay, you take care of the kids. I'm gonna do all this stuff. Because when you're trying to juggle kids in while doing X, it
yeah.
takes 4 times longer.
Yeah.
So if one person can do chores and the other kind of wrangle the kids, that's just kind of how we operate. Like yesterday, I did all the yard work while Jess took care of the kids. Like that's just kind of how it goes. I'm sure as they get older and more
It'll be
independent,
easier.
then we can start splitting chores that
See, and
way.
yeah, we've gone back to that now, having babies again. I've handle all the yard work while Jenny just wrangles the kids.
Yeah.
But
And that's kind of where we're at right now. Like that's why I do more cleaning is because she's constantly taking care of the kids. And to be honest, I don't know which one's more tiring.
Yeah. No, exactly. And that's the thing, is just the balance of
Yeah.
it. Like,
I feel like, honestly, I prefer yard work over wrangling the kids because
100%.
I have control over the lawn. Like I know how to handle the machines to take care of the lawn. Kids with their free will, oh my gosh.
Dude, and I'll say this, maybe you guys have it the same way, but I've noticed that like Shaylee has just much more patience with children than I do. Like, because I'm at work all day. I'm not around them as much as she is. And so she can deal with a lot more from them. I get heated faster than she does. So like there's situations where I'm like, and they respond to her differently sometimes, you know? Sometimes like Scarlett will be freaking out and going out of her mind and she just wants to be held by Shaylee. And so it's like, I can't do anything about this. Like you just need to hold her. And I'll go do whatever you were doing. Like let's switch. Like
Tag team style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think for me, the biggest thing is I just want to know that there's an effort being made on the other side, whatever it is. Like, I'll be honest. One of my biggest peeves is if I'm working all day and I come home and the house looks exactly the same as it did when I left, or worse, I get annoyed.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, I'm kind of bugged because I'm like,
So here's a question,
what
kind of along
happened
that.
today?
Hold on. I want to respond to this too.
Oh yeah. Well,
So-
okay. Sorry.
Or is it going with
Nope.
this?
Yes and no. It's kind of going along with that, but
Oh, okay.
you go first.
With me and Lisa, we were both working at one point, and so we were splitting things, right? Well, we made the decision that I had built up the company enough to where if she wanted that option to stay home, she could. And so we came to an agreement. She like, if you're at home, you're taking care of the house while
This
I'm
is
out.
your domain.
You're taking, and she agreed, you're taking care of the home while I'm out providing for the home. And when I come home, my time goes to Alden and I hang out with Alden and she can do some of the things that's hard for her to do with Alden. And then me and Alden get that time too.
Right.
And we're teaching. But I mean, I try to help out too. Like if I see something that hasn't been done, I'll go do this, that, and the other. And we got so many house projects with fixing up the house to where as soon as I get home, I'm working on that too. So we do split, but my wife does most of the housework.
So my question was going to be, for those with a stay-at-home wife, and you come home to a home that is still a disaster, exactly how you left it. How do you? Because you know that the argument is going to be, you don't know what I do here while you're at work. You don't know how hard it is. Like I've heard it, so I get it. And so, how do you balance that? I don't want to use the word argument because it could be more of a discussion, but how do you balance that discussion?
Why are you smiling at me?
I can hear you breathing.
Oh, sorry. I'm just enjoying the mic over here.
But yeah, how do you balance that discussion where you really don't know what's going on at home while you're at work and what she's actually going through with the kids or with whatever it may be? She's got her own projects going on. How do you have that spousal conversation?
You don't. Red flags.
Right. No, I mean, I'll answer this. Like it's a lot of communication. So when it happens, I communicate like, "Hey, I'm annoyed, and this is why."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I try to understand where she's coming from. For me, the biggest thing is like, let's say I go to work, and when I leave for work, she's like playing Animal Crossing or something. In her underwear, just hanging out, playing Animal Crossing. And then I come home from work and she's in the same spot. Then I'm like super annoyed. And I'm like, okay, I don't see anything has changed all day.
Yeah.
But like, if I come home and I know, like, and she communicated with me and said, hey, like, I was trying to do this, I was trying to do the laundry, whatever, and the kids were being crazy and I've had a rough day. I'm a lot more understanding. I come home and I'm like, okay, I get it. Like you actually tried something, you had difficulty. I'm here. Yeah, let me help. Let me do what I can. But it's the zero communication and then the optics of you did nothing, literally nothing all day.
Yeah.
That gets me irritated because I don't know what's going on, and from what I see, nothing went on.
Gotcha.
I get that. That being said, a little hack that I heard, and this will spoil it for a lot of girls now, is if you want to make it look like you did something, make the bed and pick up the room.
It's so true.
Like
But
that's
I'm
all
like
you need to
happy
do.
with that. Honestly, like
I mean, you walk in, you're like, "Wow, babe, you been cleaning." She's like, "For about 10 minutes."
here's the thing though, that, like even though that's a hack, that's literally like all I want. Like I just don't want to trip on toys.
Oh, dude,
Like,
I hate that.
Dude,
I hate tripping on toys.
oh, it's so aggravating because it always happens when you're carrying something.
Yep. And you
Dude,
step
I
on the
almost
Lego.
died.
Yes.
I was carrying the laundry basket down the stairs and stepped on a toy, and I skipped like 4 stairs. All right. The funny thing is, I stayed on my feet.
Yes.
Okay. I'm switching it up because we kind of been safe and we said that this was going to be parental advisory.
Goodness.
Oh boy.
What is your favorite sex position and why?
Oh.
Annie, just give me it.
The one we're in. That's my favorite.
Whichever one you're willing to let me have that night.
Right. Whichever one it fits.
No, can't reach that one.
Okay, that I gotta ask after we answer this one. So, mine, I would probably say like cowgirl, forward-facing cowgirl.
Not bad. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting on the couch. Cowgirl.
Actually, my very favorite one. It was our honeymoon, and we went to Vegas, and in our hotel room, we had one of those couches that kind of arches where you lay down and then the back arches so you can like lay down, relax, put your legs out, but there's no arms on it. It's
Like
just
a therapist chair.
But
Yeah.
without the arm.
but
or
without the
back.
arm. It's just the bed part and the back.
Okay. Yeah,
So it's just the bottom, like if that makes sense. And I was laying on that and she could straddle it.
Nice.
Sorry.
Nice. That sounds dope.
Looks like Tony's next house is going to need room for one of those chairs.
He's gonna have one in every room.
Well, would you look at that?
Look at this chair I bought. Hey, babe, look at this chair I bought.
Why do you keep buying this chair? Don't worry about it. You'll find it.
Oh, she would know. That memory has stuck with me all these years. So, anyway, someone else go.
Yeah. What's the next question?
Oh, not that.
That answered my wife's other one. What makes men blush?
There you go.
Talking about sex positions on a podcast.
No, my biggest blushing moment, I mentioned it when we went to the doctor to try and have a baby. Did I tell
Yeah,
this?
you did. You
Okay.
did.
Oh, yeah, you did share that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But no, on the whole like positions thing, have you guys ever Charlie horsed during?
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Oh my gosh.
And you're
it
trying to
sucks.
maintain composure?
Oh,
You're just trying to keep your rhythm going.
Trying not to die.
it's always in the back of the thigh, right?
Well, the best part is that
That's
happens
mine.
and they're like, oh, yeah. And you're like, no. That's not a sex noise.
Or when you do it and you're Charlie horse and they're like, oh yeah, right there, don't move, and you're like, oh, I gotta move.
Mine's the back of the calf.
Mine's always in the arch of my foot.
Man,
Mine will lead to that from the calf if I let it go long enough.
Zach,
It
you're
all
quiet.
What's your favorite one?
Zach's like, I'm actually quite limber.
Check this out.
You guys wouldn't know. It's on Kama Sutra, page 78.
79, actually.
Ooh. Do share.
I was just throwing out a number.
I thought it was
how
like
many pages are
I
there?
don't know because it depends on the mood.
I mean, again, it's all great.
I like a good missionary just
Yeah.
because it's a good connection. You're
I
right
hate
there.
that
The
Classic.
visuals.
It's classic.
Yeah.
I hate that position.
Or like you grab the legs and pull them up and you just yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
that position.
why? Why?
Missionary, I just don't like it.
Why?
You're on a mission. Because what's not to like?
Yeah.
No, it's just the plain normal. I don't know. I don't like
That's
it.
missionary,
I get
isn't it?
that. I get
Yeah.
that. The booty.
Yes.
I like,
Yes.
He's
I
a
like
booty
that
guy.
face down, booty up, doggy.
Cam, I'm right there with you.
That's my
Yep.
you little. Yeah, flinging it. Bam!
Play the drums.
Big enough drums.
Beat the booty like a bongo drum.
Yeah, love it.
Oh man.
Oh
That's
my
one of 'em.
God.
There's a position.
That's one of
Have
them.
you I tried spanking my wife once. She's like, yeah, no.
Really?
Great.
I've
Like
never
just nice little
I've never dared to like full on spank, so I kind of get this like like where the brain is like starting it, and then the hand's like, wait, no, and then it ends up just being like
when
this
you
little,
spank your kid, like
like I just yeah.
Yep.
Bam!
Followed by a good old grab.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the whole
the
like
hips.
seated cowgirl.
I like
Yeah,
that too.
yeah, that's
The
great.
face,
Oh, okay,
That's great.
That's a good one
grab.
too. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
A lot of-
Yep.
I love that it was all in sync too.
Oh gosh.
This is embarrassing talking about this.
I know. Isn't that weird?
I never thought I would be.
So
like-
rough.
It's like when we're not on the air, I can talk about this kind of stuff with you guys all day.
now-
But
Because this
know.
is it's the guys.
yeah.
Speaking of which, there was a question. What do you guys talk about when when it's just us, not even doing the podcast?
I'll be honest, like most of it's stupid. Like you just,
it really
it's
is.
really just dumb stuff. Like
Yeah.
again, men are simple. We don't we don't just turn off and like look around and go, guys, let's talk about sex. It's more like who you think would win a fight between friggin' Quail Man and the Flash. I don't know. Something
Yeah.
stupid.
Something stupid. It's always like the most stupid thing ever.
Or we come up with dumb games.
Or it's
Yes.
movies, or it's music, or it's memes, or it's
Random. It's
always so random.
To answer your question, it's Quail Man.
Quail Man would win.
Is that Quail Man from Doug?
Yeah.
Doug
That show's great. You want to hear something weird? Speaking of that, so you know Patty Mayonnaise, the girl he loved. I know a guy named Patrick Mayo.
No way.
Nice.
He's the
Nice.
male version of Patty Mayonnaise.
Nice.
Patrick Mayo.
Wow.
But also, side note, sex in the shower. Why is that so freaking difficult?
Right?
Is it just because we're fat?
Yeah.
Me and Zach here.
Yeah.
I mean, they make it sound like it's gonna be so great, and then you're like, I can't. I slipped. Oh my gosh, I slipped.
It
Hold
doesn't,
on.
help, it doesn't help that our
sometimes-
shower isn't big enough
Yeah,
either.
we got a
so-
small shower.
I'm getting
Yeah.
okay. Sometimes too, the natural lubrication wears off.
Yeah.
It's not a
It
good.
gets,
Yeah.
it gets washed away.
That's the truth
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
there.
That makes
It's
sense.
not-
See, I feel like the only upside to sex in the shower is the cleanup. But aside from
Right?
that,
Squish down the drain through big toe.
I still don't understand that. What is that
I
in
don't-
reference to?
Apparently, he's shoeing it.
I'll talk to you
with
when
his-
you're older.
With his toe.
My,
I mean,
do declare.
if I'm going to be honest, the shower is like the pre,
there you
right?
go.
Like, I
So
love,
like you get each other going in the
I like
shower,
that.
and then
love
that.
getting clean, love getting fresh.
just to
Yeah.
get dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not me.
Pre and
I'm
post
weird.
shower.
see we
I can't. After I take a shower and I'm all nice and clean, I'm like, nope, don't touch me.
Really?
That's every time
am.
she knows he's gonna say that, so that's when she tries.
Uh huh.
well, I tried,
I
but you just
tried,
got
and
out of the
just got-
shower.
You said no.
I will shower again.
Yeah, because it's not like your shower doesn't only works once a day.
See, the beauty is you do it right out of the shower, then you can just hop right back in the shower.
Yep,
touche.
you're still
All right.
And then you can get ready.
All right.
I like the good
I heard
workouts.
something. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The good sweaty workouts.
Yes.
Do you
Like
Breathing
Panting.
hard. You want to breathe hard.
oh, like
Sweating.
cold sweat on your chest.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
see? I have
Like
this.
you did something today.
I did work.
That was
You know
a
what I mean?
workout.
On
Yeah,
both
and then,
parties involved.
afterward, you even high five. Yes.
For real. That really is happening.
Nailed it.
We rocked it.
That was some good work. Some of your best to date.
I have this insecurity that if I go too long, as funny as it sounds, then it starts to get in my head. Am I even going to get off? Like, because I've had it before where sometimes my head loses focus and then all of a sudden my little soldier starts to lose his momentum and then all of a sudden it just kind of dies out and I
Yeah.
freaking hate it.
I will say
I'm
that's-
sorry.
that's
I'm
one
being
of the-
very open here with
That's
this, but
that's one of the worst parts about having kids is because like we'll be going at it and sometimes it's at night and like our door doesn't have a lock on it
Mistake number one.
and well it's freaking old, we can't even put a lock on it.
you can buy a doorknob.
Not for this door. You haven't seen my doors.
I've seen your doors.
You can buy
like-
one of those little tiny latches.
That's true. I could
Get a
one of those.
deadbolt in there, yeah.
But so we'll be having our fun time, and then you'll hear something, and my brain will just like, oh no, kids, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, and you're like, no, stupid, go to bed.
But it's so hard to bring it back, right?
See, with you being a movie guy, I am surprised if Jenny doesn't every once in a while just look at you and go, focus, focus.
That's because I'm the movie guy, not her.
Ah, touche.
So she wouldn't get
It's
that.
American Wedding.
Now she's going to use it.
Where Stifler gets caught in the closet or whatever with
the grandma.
With the grandma.
Gross.
He thinks
Oh, right.
He thinks it's the mom or whatever, and I can't remember his name, but he thinks it's his friend's mom, but it ends up being the grandma.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I'm fortunate I don't have that issue.
See, I hate
Friend's
it.
grandma. That's good.
I don't have that. I don't have that issue either. I can have the kids banging at the door. Dad, what are you doing? Something. Leave me alone.
Like you're on a mission, and it's maybe
Dad, what are
I
you
just
doing?
It's that
You're
pure distraction.
mom.
I get it. I completely get it.
It comes down
I
to that
understand that.
overthinking. I think about
Maybe I
things
just-
too much.
maybe I just don't in that sense.
I have
'Cause I always
better.
got an extra round in the magazine, you know.
I have better sex when. Oh, see, that's
One
where I'm
and done.
different too. I'm a
Yep.
muzzle
Nope.
loader.
Yep. Freaking 70-76 up in there, bro. We find the revolution once a night.
One good boom, and then I'm out.
Takes hours to reload after that.
I gotta get a snack. Like,
I'm hungry.
it's munchie time.
Yeah, that's one major thing I hate about myself and my sex life is I overthink it. If I can go into it with a clear head and just focus on the passion and the moment, it's fantastic. But if it takes long enough that my brain starts to come back into reality, then I'm like, hell. And then it's like,
Hurry and finish it.
See, and I'm in my
Finish him.
if I'm in that fatality. If I am in that moment though, like I am submersed in that moment. So I don't think outside of it. Like
Yeah.
that's
Outside the
that's the
box.
moment I'm in.
I envy you for that.
What if he starts doing it? Now that we've had this conversation, what if we broke him?
Maybe we fixed him. Just kidding.
Fixed you, broke him.
I mean, I will say,
He calls Tony all
I
pissed
will,
off.
I will take things into consideration. Like, okay, we got about an hour of free time. You know, and I'll know.
An hour?
You need all 5 minutes.
And I'll know.
Jeez.
What?
An hour?
I don't know what side of the field you're playing.
He doesn't know if that's too much or too little.
That is way too much time.
Like, yeah, free or to
For that, yes.
for all of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but
This is the romance part Tony's talking about that we don't get that often.
and then I'll be like, okay, kid's gonna be waking up in about an hour, so we got to start now or something like that.
Yeah.
See, and it definitely is the
Oh,
home
it's
life.
kids are going to be up in 5 minutes. Let's go, 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 go.
We got a fire sale.
Talk about it while you're naked. Just get
Everything
out.
must go.
No, you're talking chores
can I
while
just
you're
say-
doing it.
We don't have time. Just get naked.
Kids have like a mental alarm when you're trying to do something.
Right.
They could be dead asleep,
sense
drooling,
of disturbance
snoring,
in the
and
force.
you try and make a move. Exactly.
Seriously.
What did I just miss? There's so much going on.
Chris sense of disturbance in the force.
They do. All of a sudden, it's like Kelsey starts to cry. It's like, really? You've
Yeah.
been out like a light. Oh. The thing I fear is the day when one of them's standing at the side of the bed before we realize it. It's like, oh, shit.
I can proudly say, like in my lifetime, I never. I mean, either my parents never did anything, or they were incredibly secret. Because I never, like,
No, me
walked
too.
in on anything. I never like heard anything that could
I
have you
never
could have
knew.
thought was that. Like, never knew anything.
Yep.
Oh.
It's all that
Thank
prep
goodness.
work.
So
No,
that's
I
my
do
goal.
have to say that distraction mind is never. It has never been an issue when we are outside of the house, as far
Yeah.
as like in a hotel and it's just me and her. Like if we are 100% checked out away from our just regular daily life, I've never had that issue. So it really, truly is just that daily grind of work and kids and house and blah, blah, blah. Like that gets to me and I hate it. And so when we do have those moments to check out and have our time, I've never had issues.
That's good.
But it's just definitely a mental game.
In your head. In your head.
On that note, I was gonna say,
No,
let's get our last ones out real quick.
Okay, yeah, let's get our last ones out.
Gross.
I was gonna say, so kind of on that, what's your biggest turn on? Like, is it something physical, being touched the right way in the right spot, or is it something visual,
More emotional for me.
emotional? How
Just
so?
that emotional. I don't know. My biggest turn on is when we're talking. We're just being able to communicate, and it just kind of evolves into that moment. And that's when it's not like you touch me somewhere and I'm like, yep. It's go time. No, it's nothing like that with me. It's just, I don't know, just the connection before the physical starts to happen. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but
Yeah.
there's just a difference. There, like you can just feel a different
Yeah.
type of energy in the room when you know that you're gonna go pound town.
I miss
me on with just a touch.
I miss those moments. Like as far as I don't catch them.
I mean, I love the texting.
I was just gonna say sexting
Ooh.
Yeah.
is like surprisingly powerful.
I don't do that.
Throw in some emojis. Woo! Little eggplants, some peaches. I don't know. What's going on?
Very passionate about it.
I love the emojis.
It works.
Okay. I mean, I just like
Note to self: don't send Cam any emojis that could be taken the wrong way. All right. Anybody else?
I love pictures, man.
Oh yeah,
That's
dude.
pictures.
Especially with like on iPhone, you got that what's it called? It's
the
like
invisible
the invisible
text.
text.
Yeah.
It comes in sparkly and you just know. You're like, oh. You like gotta hide so no one else is looking. You're like, oh.
Hold up, this is a feature?
You never done? I'll show you, but I won't show you. Like,
All right.
I'll send
I don't know,
I'll send a picture to Zach.
Whoa.
What's the picture?
Some of the times,
I'm taking right
the
now,
times
you
the
pervs.
bigger surprise is I'll be standing like. There was one time I was in the middle of an account, and all of a sudden my phone goes off, and I open up, and I'm like, "Whoa, hey, oh, all right."
I don't get those.
I had a perfectly timed one when I was on my way home from the gym, and I got a picture, and I was like, time to go do my duty.
No red lights. No red lights.
Luckily, there's only one light.
I must go. My country needs me.
I like the little subtle hints they give you too. Like, what do you do? That I don't know. Just
Subtle hints.
We
I've
gotta
told you
get-
this. I don't get subtle
like,
hints.
like not subtle, I guess, but like we got to make sure we get Alden to bed early tonight. Like
I
stuff
still
like
wouldn't
that.
get it.
Like stuff like that. I'm like, yeah.
So see, it comes in like this.
Oh, like
Ah.
a blurred
Just-
image.
Oh,
It's like a scratch.
yeah, dude. It's great.
I would tease myself and do it
no,
like
exactly.
a little bit at a time.
Exactly.
What are you showing me? Okay.
The thing I just showed.
All right.
I'm getting an iPhone.
So it makes it fun because
sexy.
you go slow from the corner.
True.
Like, oh
See,
my
and then it
goodness.
goes right back.
Ah, nice.
After a couple seconds, it goes right
It's
back.
like a fun little game.
Exactly.
So you could
Exactly.
Gotta go. It's like gotta go get me some scratchers.
But I mean, yeah, that little dirty talk,
I was gonna say
little,
the talk.
little touches. I like tickles. Like tickles.
I do too.
Like kind of building up, like maybe starting like below the knee and like
Don't just full on grab it.
no. Like you gotta
Yeah.
slowly build up to it,
Yeah.
like going all around it, like from far away,
Yeah.
and then slowly getting closer, and it's like,
See, I'm all for that, but it can't be the little tickles. My skin is too sensitive to tickles. It would drive me nuts. I'd be like, okay, You just like yes. But if it was like a rub or something, nope. See that I can't. I'm like beyond ticklish.
Welcome to Finds a Crowd.
You know what I like? I like when you're sitting there and you're like kind of stressed or something and you're working and all of a sudden she just comes and like sits on your lap and you're like, work don't matter anymore. What's up?
It's
Yeah.
frowned
I'll tell
upon
you
in
what's
my
up.
work.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've got a lot of eyes on me at work.
Jenny comes in, sits on your lap at work. You're like, thanks.
Don't mind her, everybody. Don't mind.
That's when I would I'm on a computer chair on wheels, and so it's like that's when I'd just wheel to the back room with her on my lap. Just don't mind us. Like kind of just.
That's hilarious.
I would say, but yeah, dirty talk. When she kind of wears something, like she's got this nightgown that she'll wear at night every once in a while, and it's kind of see-through. It's not meant to be lingerie or anything, and I almost like it better than lingerie.
Yeah.
And because it's meant to just be relaxing and a nightgown for her, but yet to me it's see-through and kind of, something like that. The thing I hate kind of with the talk all day is I can't trust it. And not because it's her fault or anything. It's just, once again, with kids and everything, the night is never officially planned.
That's why I like it though, because it's like I don't know if it's going to or not. It's like a mystery to me.
See, I hate it.
See, I hate
Yeah,
it because
I don't
if
like
it
it.
doesn't happen, I'm pissed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the male mentality too. It's like I could wake up at, first thing in the morning, and if you tease me, that's officially on my calendar for the day.
I get you.
Bingo.
Yes.
And it's like,
You gotta
I am
fulfill
now.
that.
I am
ticket.
officially planning my day to have that happen. It's
Yes.
like if we have
Yes.
to give the kids cough medicine, damn it, this is happening. Like,
A little bit of grandpa's cough
You got
syrup.
some Benadryl?
right? It's like I'm literally planning my day where, Jenny, nothing against her, but it's like for her, it's like she's kind of got it in the back of her mind a little bit, but as the day progresses, she could lose focus on it because now it's like just the stresses of the
I'm
day
so
or
stressed. I don't care.
and it's like, oh, the kids and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just not in the mood anymore. It's like, really? Because I've had all day for my mood to now be a tip top shape. Like,
But where I was going with that too is like then it's the ball's in my court and I make sure it's
see.
set up to make
See,
something
there's some
happen.
things you can't even change though.
Just show
You're
up
right.
naked.
Like she'll fall off.
You're like,
Too
this
late.
is
Already
happening.
started.
Bruce Almighty
Bruce, I was gonna
style.
say Bruce Almighty. And
Clothes come off.
That's why I'm almost like a carpe diem type of guy.
Yep.
Like seize it in the moment because it may not be here in 2 hours. You know?
Yeah, right. That's true.
No.
Yeah, I get extremely frustrated if I'm like,
That's I wonder, do you think that's like a chemical thing in
It
like
is.
a man's brain?
Oh yeah, for sure.
dude, that goes back to them not understanding how powerful that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like seriously, it's like something releases and like that drive is amplified. We need it. And like, cause every one of us is like, if we don't, when it's appeared to have been like promised to us, we get pissed.
Yeah.
Like I get so mad.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm like, don't even talk to me. If this isn't happening, like I'm going to bed. Don't talk to me.
I have done that.
I hate to sound so childish, but I've literally, not because I'm necessarily mad at her, because again, it could have been the kids
Oh,
or
yeah.
something that
Yeah.
messed it up, but I will turn my back to her, move as close to the edge of the bed as I can, and I'm just pissed. I'll just lay
like-
there, just.
Been there, done that.
Yep. Yep.
Yup.
The worst part is I've even
true.
done it where
It's because you
Like-
don't even want to like
Dude,
that's your
you're
space.
ruined.
Don't even tease me. I can't even cuddle now.
Yeah, I can't
I'm
even touch you. I don't even want to look at you.
I need time to reset.
I've
Get your
even
foot
done it
off
like
me.
a couple days ago. Kara texted me and said, if you're still awake, we can do it when you get home. Or when I get home, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll still be awake.
I will make sure.
I will
I
be
am
awake.
And then
awake.
you get home and she's asleep.
Well, no, then my stupid self, I fall asleep. And next thing you know, I kind of hear her come inside, and I'm like, oh, I kind of wake up a little bit, doze off a little bit more. And then I feel her get in bed, so I finally wake up. And I'm like, what are you doing? You getting in bed? She goes, well, you're asleep. And I'm like,
Clearly, I'm not.
Then I get pissed and I'm like, well, I'm awake now.
That's another thing. It's like if we're asleep, we will wake up like a cat.
Right?
If we have any
can't-
inkling of something
I
happening.
can't tell you how many times I've told Kara that. Well, you just look so peaceful while you're sleeping and I didn't want to wake you up. No, you wake me up.
Yes.
I'm dreaming about it. Make it a
I'm
reality.
not opposed to being awoken.
Right?
Oh, right?
Oh,
right?
that is so.
I mean, that's like that's a fantasy of mine. I'm like, hey, wake me up.
Yeah. Wait, you don't wait. Don't feel bad. I will thank you. And
Yes.
then I will make
I
you
will.
breakfast.
Never be angry. Ever.
and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
I was just thinking that in my head.
Thinking like the Ron Swanson, pull out the red shirt, singing, bebopping, making
Seriously,
bacon.
you know how great that day would be?
That's going on my birthday wish
Yes.
list.
It could be the worst day ever, and it's not
is-
going to be the worst
There
day.
you
ever.
go. Birthday wish list. That's
There you go.
how I want it always to start.
And
you
with
asked-
that.
Hey, wait, they asked what for the birthday. There you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
There you go. Full
That's-
circle.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's
For
the
the
gift we
birthday,
want.
wake us up.
And you know what we
Before
mean.
you go.
Wake me up
Before you go.
What would be even better? Wake us up and then have breakfast in bed ready for us afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
That's like a unicorn.
Cam's,
This is mythological.
Did you see the face on Cam?
I do declare.
Get woken up and then have breakfast in bed ready for him.
And then have the whole day planned out.
Oh,
My gosh.
I think his nips just got hard.
It's this cold in here.
You know what though? That's not a bad gig.
Even better, the kids are already gone. Oh my!
Let's keep going. What would make it even better? You got us a new video game, pizza, and beer.
Yes.
Beer just for me.
Mountain Dew for Cam.
I just want blue drink.
Oh man.
Shaylee
We all
listens-
just got so excited.
Shaylee listens to any episode. This is the episode to get her to
knew?
listen to.
Oh,
And then again
I
during the
didn't
video
even know.
game.
Yeah, I didn't even know this is what I wanted for my birthday. But now I know.
hey, your birthday's coming up.
It's coming up, guys. I'll let you know.
Ah, now you're going to be so
You
disappointed.
know what she needs to do? She needs to Uber Eats the food to your house.
Yes, sure, whatever.
Black Bear Diner. Uber Eats to my house.
Boom.
Boom.
Yes.
There we go. We got it. Full circle. We got Cam's dreams made. Now they just need to happen. Well, they just need to
they're
happen.
there. They're dreamt.
Going on the dream
Now it's
board.
to make it's going on my dream board in our bedroom.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Right?
A dream board in the bedroom.
Then she'll know.
Ooh.
Something
It's
where
all
it's just
about the communication.
It'll be like birthday. It'll be the most obvious thing. Birthday wishes.
well, and it could be subtle things to where the kids will come in and look at the board and have no clue what any of it
Emojis.
means. Emojis for you.
Little cake, lips, maybe little. You know.
Hieroglyphics.
Yes.
Are you
Figure out the puzzle.
garden?
You want to know what though? The kids would catch on. They'd be like, "Dad."
What does this mean?
It's true. All right. Well, on that note, let's call it a night.
This was a fun topic.
I'm tired. I need to go to bed.
Yes.
We went all over the map.
Yes.
That was fun.
This was great.
Good
I hope you guys
times.
enjoyed it just as much
This
as we
was
did.
good.
This is us in a nutshell. You've always asked for us in a nutshell. This is
We
us
nasty.
in a nutshell.
Didn't get as nasty as I pictured it going.
Yeah, I mean, we do a little bit sensory here, but this was a lot of fun. If you'd like more of these type of podcasts, let us know down in the comments. But yeah, we appreciate you all the same.
And I will tell you that this is men in a nutshell. Like,
Yeah.
This is our minds.
yes,
I could come back to this one. I liked this.
We are basic.
we
But
are.
yeah, if you have pressing questions you would like to ask men who will tell you the truth, leave them down below.
Yeah.
Leave us a
Yes.
comment.
We'll come
we'll
back
do
to
a
this again.
Part 2.
There we
Part
go.
2.
Part 2.
Give us the question.
3, 4, 5, and 6.
We'll be men forever.
We'll give you as many sequels as you
know
want.
Unlike some in this society.
And on that note,
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
we'll see you
Bye.
later.
Ciao.
Thanks for being part of this crowd.
Cancelled.